Welcome to the channel. Today, we're going to discuss some updates with Tezos. Now, this happened last week, so some of you by now may be aware of it, but I'm going to touch up on a couple things happening with Tezos blockchain and a partnership that is a pretty big deal. First of all, let me just start off with saying that obviously the market has been volatile lately. Over this weekend, it was expected by many that the market would drop even more. As of right now, the market is holding up. So that is a good sign. But something that I think people should consider is reevaluating whatever your strategy is. Now, some people's strategy is to hold on for dear life no matter what, and they have a longer horizon. Some people have a shorter horizon. I think you need to look and be flexible. Something that this recent market drop has made me really evaluate is there's certain coins that I hold a good amount of them, and my plan has been to take profits, obviously, but as we get to the end of the cycle, take profits and buy back in. Now, with a lot of people feeling like there's uncertainty, the way I'm looking at this is if there's certain coins I have, and because I'm investing only what I can afford to lose, there may be coins that I certainly do just, if we were to go in the bear market, hold on to them. If they don't make a return of what I'd like to see, I may very well hold on to them for a longer term. What you have to remember is Bitcoin specifically, if you have held Bitcoin for any 4-year period since the life of Bitcoin, then you would be up with major profit. So what you have to evaluate is where do you think that the market overall is headed? And I'm bullish on cryptocurrency. I just believe you should take it case by case. I am not a financial advisor, so before you invest, you should seek the help of a professional. But I'm taking it case by case. Certain coins, yes, I don't want to hold them for any reason at all throughout the bear market. But there are certain coins, for example, let's say we take Cardano. If Cardano has a possibility in the future of hitting $50 or even more, now you evaluate what you think it'll be, then if we were to go into a bear market now, is it worth me cashing out what I have? And I have a good amount of Cardano, but when it comes that time, I may decide just to hold. Now, if it does reach the projections that I had, then maybe I'll sell off and then I will buy back in the bear market. But for those certain coins that I do believe in long term, I will evaluate it case by case and see what I plan to do based on what the market gives. You have to get what the market gives you. Let's discuss the latest Tezos partnership. First of all, let's just start and talk about NFTs. By now, everyone is aware of the NFT trend for the most part, and it's not just a trend, it is something that will be here. If you've not been heavily involved in the crypto space, you may not know some of this. Just think back within the past year of partnerships between blockchains and sports organizations. Now, this continues to be something that is happening more and more. For example, Chili's has been at the forefront of partnering with soccer clubs, cricket teams, and as well, also the UFC. We've also got NBA Top Shots, which a lot of people are familiar with, and as well, the New York Giants announced that they will have a crypto-related partnership with Grayscale. So obviously that is a big deal. And we know that Grayscale is really at the forefront as far as pushing mass adoption for cryptocurrency. Now, just for a quick refresher, Tezos has been around for several years. The first white paper that popped up was 2014, and the mainnet launched in 2018. Now, this project raised $232 million with their ICO, which is just unbelievable. It is a smart contract blockchain, so obviously it's got some competitors, and it is proof of stake. So that's another thing that it does have going for it, certainly in times like right now, with all the back and forth over energy consumption that proof of work blockchains need. So that's something to think about as well, about XTZ, or Tezos rather. Something else of note is that Tezos did settle a securities lawsuit, and we'll go back to that $232 million. When they raised that, it was an ICO. So as we know right now, certainly in America, because of the newly installed SEC commissioner, there is going to be more concerns over whether certain blockchains are a security. But in the particular case of Tezos, they did end up paying out $25 million. Now, if you ask me, in the blockchain space, that is nothing. So some investors did get upset. Those who sold for a loss did end up being a lawsuit, and there was a settlement for $25 million. So I just want to point that out. And I also want to add that Tezos really is one of those blockchains, to me, it's just very quiet. It's a quality project. They've got staking, and I did hold Tezos for the longest time and did stake. I currently am not holding Tezos, but I do believe it's a very good blockchain. And I really think it's marketing, because you really don't hear about Tezos the same way that you do Ethereum, Cardano, or Polkadot. So a lot of that just really comes down to marketing, but it doesn't mean that it's not a good project. It really is a solid project, and it really does have a good, solid, organically grown community as well, which is always important in the blockchain space. Now for the partnership. Tezos has partnered up with Red Bull Racing Honda. This is a multi-year deal, and this will include the Tezos logo on the helmets as well as the cars. And this is the Formula One team, so this is a really big deal, as Formula One is known very well around the world. And with this partnership, Tezos will be dropping the Honda Red Bull Racing NFT. I do want to point out that as far as Formula One, this is not the first blockchain partnership. Aston Martin also did team up with a blockchain, and they actually teamed up with Crypto.com. So that was back in March. But this Tezos deal is a pretty big deal. I also want to add that Formula One and Animoca do have a deal already. So in 2020, they started partnering up to auction off NFTs similar to Top Shots. So that currently already was in place. But as far as the pairing up of a specific Formula One team, that is what we're getting right here. Formula One and Animoca have a blockchain game, and that game is called F1 Delta Time. And in 2020, they begin to auction off NFTs similar to Top Shots. So there already were some things in the works as far as NFTs within the space. But something of note is a lot of those projects that I named earlier, such as Chili's and some other partnerships that happened earlier on, a lot of those are more based on fan tokens. So the focus on NFTs coming around now is only going to take that to another level. And I would say that those partnerships that have been more focused on the fan tokens will enter the NFT space as well if they have not already. And with the Animoca partnership with Formula One, those were auctioning off different team cars. You could use those in the game, and they could be moved over to other games. So giving people the freedom to do what they would like with their NFTs, that is really where the gaming space is headed, and it's going to be a really big deal. So we're seeing it in the sports area, but we've already seen this in other aspects of games, and it's only going to get bigger. So Tezos is a self-upgradable blockchain as well. It is extremely energy efficient. That is one thing that the Red Bull Racing Honda team did say of note, is that they thought it was a great pairing due to the fact that Tezos is so energy efficient. And really that is something that this racing team has been big on even prior to this deal. So that's why they feel it's such a good fit. What does this do overall for the blockchain space? People don't understand really how subliminal marketing can be. So the fact that you're going to see the Tezos logo on the helmets, on the cars, I do think it's going to be excellent marketing. Also, what I like about this is, regardless of bull market or bear market, when you see crypto on billboards or you see crypto on the helmets, the cars, the way that this is shaping up with these partnerships, it's really starting to show people that crypto is not going anywhere, and it's just getting started. Even though we still may have the traditional market cycle, what isn't going to change is these partnerships aren't going to go away just because crypto dies down. And as mass adoption comes, as I've stated numerous times in other videos, you can expect the cycles to change. Maybe it one day reaches something more similar to the equities market. So that's something to keep in mind. But I do think this is a really big deal. I think it's a great one. The NFT space is just continuing to blow up. And I think this is just one more mark towards mass adoption. Now, a lot of the information for today's video, I did see it in an article by Ledger Insights. So I will put a link to the article in the description. It's a good read. It's actually a short read, but take a look at it. I think the name Red Bull says enough for itself. It's very well known. So I think Tezos really has scored big time on this partnership. While at the same time, I think that Red Bull has also, because they did pick a very good blockchain to partner with. I definitely think a partnership like this is noteworthy. And if nothing else, I think the fact that Tezos is going to be the official blockchain partner of Red Bull Racing Honda is just a pretty cool deal. So I wanted to make sure to bring that to you if you were not already aware. Thank you for watching the content here at Perry Unlikely. Make sure to hit the like button. For those of you that have not subscribed, you should consider doing so. Thanks to each and every person that has subscribed. Hit the bell for notification, and I will see you next time.